to Saved and Spilling It. I'm Purity.
I'm Ireland.
I'm Madison, and we're 3 teenagers who love Jesus.
Yes, we are. And today we have a special guest, Cassie.
Hi, I'm Cassie. And I'm a mom.
Yeah, she's a mom. She's a mom. She is. Yeah.
I'll explain the drinks. So today for drinks we have this is kind of melted. We have frozen hot chocolate. I ordered it as like the mocha drink that they have, like the mocha latte thingy that's like blended but without the caffeine because they don't like coffee for some reason.
Crazy.
I'm sorry, guys. It's gross.
And I ordered it with caramel mocha drizzle in the cup. I was about to like say something when I saw her making the drink, but I was like, she's so nice, I don't want to say anything.
Aww.
Right.
So that's how I feel when I get my nails done. Like if they mess up, I don't want to say anything.
I don't want to say anything.
Even though like I'm paying for it, but then like one time I did, and she's like, "No, I'm doing it better for you,
Bro.
I was like, "Okay."
Great.
So
sweet.
I don't say anything anymore.
Yeah, they're so sweet, so I just don't say anything.
Yeah.
And then Cassie has a vanilla latte.
I do. I'm a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah, we asked her favorite drink. She goes, water and coffee.
Yeah. I wanted to honor
cute.
that
Ask
for you.
You didn't say coffee drink. I tell you, a maple syrup latte would be my jam, but Starbucks does not have a maple syrup latte.
Yeah, I didn't realize there's a Caribou right down the road from the Target Starbucks. And I was like about to stop, but I was like, is it more expensive?
I don't know. I love you, Purity. A good mom drink, vanilla latte. I'm for it.
Okay, we're gonna try it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared.
Before we try it, can we just talk about how there's a burger like patty on top of my like?
It's supposed to be mocha drizzle. It was supposed to be in the cup.
Oh my word.
Okay, I'm gonna mix
It's
it.
gonna be so good.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh no,
Cheers.
it
Oh,
definitely
we missed
drizzled
it.
on me. I'm kind of scared.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, that's good.
I was tasting like a burger. No, I'm kidding. It's good.
I was a little scared.
Does it taste too much like coffee?
I think it's good.
Okay,
I
good.
think it's good. Wait, is it good?
Yeah.
I think so. It takes a couple sips.
So basically, when I stirred it, it got on me.
Oh, it did on me
good.
too.
It didn't get on the couch.
It's fine.
That's fine. If it's not on the couch, it's
Yeah.
you're stuck.
It's on my Bible.
Oh, Jesus.
Very melty drink. Next time we're gonna order hot something.
Wait, what's
you guys
our-
don't like coffee?
I love it.
Shucks. Okay.
What's our rating, guys?
Oh, I forgot. That's what we.
Out of 10? Well, how about Cassie? What's your rating?
Yeah.
Ooh, is 10 the best?
10's the best. Yeah.
I'd give it a 7.
Solid
It's
7?
good. Not
Yeah.
amazing, but it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's real.
I think I'd give it a 7 too.
Yeah.
Maybe a 6.
It's like 6.
Again, what I said last time. Like, I loved the drink we had last time.
Yeah.
But I just like my strawberry acai the best.
Okay, guys,
I think nothing can top it.
we need to try my new, like, I literally,
Yeah, she discovered a new drink.
it was
at Starbucks.
amazing, guys. I was in the drive-thru the other day, and I made a drink at the drive-thru. Like, it was amazing.
What is it?
So last time we did a mango dragon fruit refresher that was, like, fancy.
With
and I
peach,
did it.
but they didn't do
Yeah.
much peach.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be blended, and it didn't really work. And I got a strawberry acai refresher that was like blended with peach juice and and cold foam, and it was so good. So guys,
That sounds good.
highly recommend it.
Yeah, that
was-
sounds good.
It was really good.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Wait, Purity, what's your ranking? Or
Oh,
rating?
Yeah.
I'd rate it like a solid 6, honestly, like a 6.5 because
All across the board.
guys, when I tell you, when they put the mocha and caramel drizzle in the cup, actually, it tastes so much better.
Where else are they gonna put it? Like on side?
They put it
What
on
was
top
in
so
it?
it didn't melt in, right?
Like around the edges?
Yeah, like
Probably.
around the edges. Cause
I was like,
they-
where else is
they
it gonna
put
go on the outside of the cup?
They put it on as
Wait,
a
I'm
topping
confused.
instead of like in the cup.
Like
Oh, is it
within,
that
'cause
stuff?
yeah, that's what it
that's
is.
so
It's your
good.
burger on
Oh my
top.
gosh, it's the burger. It,
It
makes
tastes
so much
good
more
with
sense.
caramel. I'm telling you, it's really good.
Wow. All right.
It's still good though.
Ireland, did you rate it?
Yeah, I said a 6 too. 6 all across the board.
Oh,
all across the couch.
So it was 6-7.
6-7.
Maddie, are you like a 13-year-old
Somebody said that at the wedding yesterday, and I was the youngest at the wedding, and so somebody was like, "Yeah, like after 6-7 hours," and I tried my hardest not to do this because I was the youngest at the wedding, besides like her siblings.
funny.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into the questions before I keep saying
On that
6-7.
note.
Okay, period. So like basically, we're just gonna ask you like 20 questions.
Oh, we're talking about dating and marriage and relationships.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
probably
said
should
that
have said that first.
And I think it's on the sign.
Yeah.
Relationships.
So Yeah. Okay, so first, tell us who you are and who your family is and everything.
Okay. Not a big question at all. It's fine.
No.
So I am married. I've been married for 8.5 years. And to my husband Josiah, and we have 3 boys, 2, 4, and 6. And I know you guys because I was your youth leader at church, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I'm honored to be here today.
Yeah.
That's kind of who we are.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, how did you meet your husband?
Good question. We met at Doolittle's in Egan. Great restaurant. Have you guys been there?
No, what is it? What is it?
Oh, you guys.
Tell us more.
It's a wood fire grill.
Okay.
And I was a server, and he trained me in.
Yes.
Yes. And so I had just gotten out of a relationship. And was not interested in dating anyone. I couldn't afford to live at that time of my life.
Okay.
I bought a new car that I had no concept of money. And so I couldn't afford to pay my car payment, feed myself, and pay for rent. Okay. So anyways, I had 3 jobs. I was a speech therapist, a server, and I worked at Lifetime as the front desk person. Nice. And so I got this job serving. And Josiah trained me in on my second shift, and he was a 21-year-old volunteer youth pastor, and I was like, who worked at this job to make a living, and I'm like, wow, no 21-year-old man would ever do that. You have my attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Wow. That's awesome.
How did you come to Christ?
So I would say I grew up in a Christian home, but I really made my faith my own in college. Okay. And that would be probably actually when I studied abroad in Australia, because a lot of people go there to party, and that's the purpose of their study abroad, because you can be 18 and drink in other countries. And I just took a totally different route there, and just God's creation in Australia is incredible.
Yeah.
So I just soaked that up and had fun with all my friends there still too, but I really feel like I had to choose for myself there which direction I wanted to go with my life, and and so it just really stuck when I was in Australia and seeing God's creation and being in the beauty of it. So
That's really cool.
How old were you when you went to Australia?
oh girl. So I think I think 19, because it was my sophomore year of college. Okay. So, and I was there for 4 months.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
That's really cool.
Which is just, and most people spent the time partying and all that, and I got to know some girls through church, and these young adults, and they picked me up, and do you know Taya of Hillsong?
Maybe.
The singer? Yeah. So I met her family, and I stayed with her family while I was there, and joined the worship team, and just was super involved at church. And so they would come and just pick me up and hang out, and then I'd come back to uni, is what they called it, university. And it was just an incredible experience.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
grateful.
I love that.
Do you recommend studying abroad for other?
Yes, hands down. I feel like, again, it just grew me up a lot. It was hard to say goodbye. I went not knowing a soul. I didn't go with any friends there, which is intimidating. But highly recommend it, because you get to travel. I got to do marine biology, so we snorkeled for class.
That's so fun.
We did an outdoor education class, so we hiked and camped, and then I did a photography class. So it was and so we got to take pictures of the beauty. So anyways, I just would highly recommend it, because it's built into, and then my loan was built into my college. Whatever.
Does Australia speak a different language?
No, they don't.
Okay, so you just have to learn a different language.
No,
Australian. I was trying to think. I was like, I don't even know.
No, they have some funny words and funny sayings, which I learned. They call people good eggs over there.
Okay.
But no, they speak English, and they just have a great accent. It's
Okay. I love that.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yes.
They speak English, but they were colonized though. So
Yes.
Oh, wait, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I think they're weren't they a British colony? Is that right or wrong?
It's British or Dutch or something.
Yeah. Something. Yeah.
Where's ChatGPT when you need it?
My word. The school year for lockdown.
Oh my
Yes.
No, 20-minute bathroom breaks and ChatGPT.
That's so real.
And Alani's are going to be what gets me through this next year.
So real. Mm-hmm. Dang. Well, How do you prioritize your relationship with Jesus before other relationships?
So I have to get up early in the morning.
So real.
And because as soon as my boys are up, it's hard to have find the time for it.
Yeah.
So really just getting up early and taking the time to read my Bible, on the daily. And if I don't do it in the morning, I make sure I do it before bed at night. And just honestly, other books are good too, but reading, the Bible is the most important.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, what does it mean to you to be equally yoked in a relationship, and how do you see that playing out in your relationship?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Okay, well, first of all, I would say equally yoked, that we both love Jesus. That's the most important part, but you can say that, and like at my previous relationship before Josiah, I met him at church serving in kids, and then re-met him at the gym, and I was like, oh, a man that loves Jesus, kids, and working out, it's a dream, like it's a match made in heaven. But it was not. And so even though they have a relationship, they actually have to, I don't know, the fruit of their life just needs to show that. Yeah. And also, personality-wise, being equally yoked, like Josiah and I both are driven people. And there has to be give and take in a relationship for the equally yoked. And I don't know. I feel like that's...
Also, to add on to that question,
Yeah.
what do you feel about a Christian dating a non-Christian, or some people would call it missionary dating?
Yeah. I wouldn't encourage it because someone said the scenario to me back in the day of if you're standing on top of a chair and someone is trying to pull you down and you're trying to pull them up, it's going to be so much easier for them to pull you down than you to pull them up. Try it if you haven't done it before. Okay. But if you have a relationship, I feel like that was what our relationship was. And he said he was a Christian, but then his actions just really didn't show it. And I kept being like, we can be better. But ultimately, then I also wanted him to like me. And so then I found myself letting all these boundaries go that I shouldn't have, because I'm like, I want him to like me. And so I don't encourage missionary dating. Let him figure it out on his own. Yeah. And maybe life will circle back. And if it does, awesome. If it doesn't, it's okay.
Yeah. Were there times when you had to wait on God's timing, and how did you handle that?
Yes. There's been a lot. I would say relationship-wise, I wasn't allowed to date in high school. And I wasn't very good at following that rule, to be fully honest. But also, I feel like that also saved me from a lot of relationships, because I would tell guys that were interested of like, oh, I'm not allowed to date. Sorry. Yeah. And as far as waiting on God's timing, I feel definitely I had to for Josiah, because I had relationships pre him, but I can count on my hand the number of guys I've kissed, which I am proud of, because I know that that's not that's not very common these days. Yeah. And it's not Josiah's story either. But as far as waiting on his timing, even for Josiah to come along, like I had thought the guy before him was the one. And then I was like, I'm never going to find anyone, because it's just impossible. Yeah. And so waiting on his timing, and then when he actually told me he liked me, we took an entire month to pray about it, because I told him, I said, I'm done with grad school. I'm in my career. I'm not going to just date to date. If you're not interested in marriage, I'm not interested in you. And that's straight up what I told him. And I thought I'd scare this boy away. Like, he's not going to want that. And he goes, sounds great.
Oh, I love that.
So just waiting on the timing for someone that was willing to wait, first of all, because he knew one of my best friends from college, and she told him, Cassie's just not ready for a relationship. So he waited from October to February to actually tell me he liked me and hung out, whatever. Wow. And then all of February, we took the month to pray about whether or not we should be in a relationship, because I was like, it just hurt so bad in my last breakup. I had never cried so hard. Like, I couldn't sleep at night. My sister had to sleep next to me. Like, I don't know. I just I cried to the point of almost throwing up, just whatever. I thought this was going to be the man I was going to marry. And we only dated for 10 months. That's not even a long time. Yeah. But when I commit to something, I full on commit. And so then waiting a full month, because I was like, if we don't feel that this is what we want to do, then we won't make it happen or whatever. Yeah. I think definitely waiting for that. And then we, in our 3rd year of marriage, Josiah we were like between jobs, and I was pregnant with my 2nd kid, and he shared with me on December 28th of 2020 that he had struggled with pornography for our entire marriage, and I had no idea, and waiting on it, like, it broke me. I wanted to run and to take my kid and leave, and he's a pastor, and you would never think that would happen, and that would be your reality. And waiting on God's timing of just like him breaking free from that, timing for my heart to heal and me to be able to trust again, just all of that. So that's a big part of our story and a big thing I think like a lot of people don't talk about. But it's I think any guy would be lying if he says he doesn't struggle with it. So, that's a big thing as well.
That's really good. Dang. So what were some non-negotiables in your dating life as a Christian woman?
Non-negotiables for sure were that they had a relationship with Jesus. Like, that was just a non-negotiable for me. And then I think the other big thing was willing to honor my boundaries for like physical, because I just was not going to just kiss right away. And because I always was like, that just leads to more. And so my dad had bought me a purity ring. And I know that's old school. And to be honest, sometimes I was embarrassed to wear it. Like, I'm not going to lie, because people would ask, like, why do you wear a ring on your finger? Like, that's weird. And so sometimes I'd switch it to my other hand, because I'm like, I'm embarrassed to even like explain what that even means. But I knew that was something that was a non-negotiable for me. So, I just think those are the 2 biggest things.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think that, like, this is a side question.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's important to not kiss before marriage or things like that regarding purity?
I think don't kiss before you're dating. Because kissing only leads to more. Because as soon as you kiss, then you want to touch. And touch, it just all leads to more, and it's never enough, if that makes any sense.
For sure.
I always said I wanted my first kiss to be at the altar, because I just kind of, I think I'm a romantic in that way of like, but then Josiah was like, that's going to be so awkward, our first kiss in front of everyone. Like, that's so awkward.
I agree, yeah.
So I think it's okay too, but also just hanging out with people in groups is huge. That was a huge part of our relationship. My sister was always around when we were hanging out. And Josiah also had a friend. We call him Uncle CK. And so he was always around too, just hanging out with us, because it's more fun. Otherwise, it just gets boring, and I feel like you fall into the physical, if that makes sense, because you're like, I want to know if he likes me. And he only likes me if he's going to kiss me or touch me. You know what I mean? Like, that's just our brains thinking and whatever, and it's not true. But it's easy to think that way, I think.
How did you and your boyfriend then and your husband now keep Jesus in the center of your relationship?
Okay, so I was talking to Josiah about this one, and it's funny. He goes, they're going to think that this is such a weird answer. But stick with me. People, I feel like naturally, you just want to, okay, let's do a Bible study together. Let's study the Bible together. But we individually had to keep God at the center of our own life. And my walk with Jesus is not Josiah's walk with Jesus. And actually, we study the Bible very differently. And I'd love to talk about it all day long. And he would too, but he's more theological, whatever, which is nothing wrong with that.
For sure.
But for us, keeping God the center really actually happened separately, and we didn't pray together. We didn't read the Bible together. We did that separately until we were actually engaged, because when you grow spiritually with someone, the ties are so much deeper than like, and you don't know that you're going to marry that person. You don't know, and spiritual ties are just so deep. So to create those spiritual ties before you are engaged and or married, it just isn't wise.
That's really good.
So I would we would encourage you to not pray together, and which sounds weird, but it's an intimate thing. You know what I mean? Like, you could pray out loud for someone, but if it's just you and him praying together, like, don't do that. And reading the Bible, do it on your own, and you can talk about what you read, but like, don't get a book to do a Bible study, whatever, like until you're engaged or married, if that makes sense.
I remember you telling us that at NYC, and I think about that, I think every single day, and it's stuck with me.
Cool.
It really has.
Good. I'm glad.
How did you navigate boundaries as a Christian woman in dating? So we've kind of answered this one, but this one is like more.
Yeah. I just think you can't compare yourself, because so often we want to do that, and it's like, well, so-and-so did this, or just whatever. So don't compare. Just know what your boundaries are. Even write them down, because even as we're going into a new season of life, of like planting this church and becoming lead pastors, like, I want to continue to be the same person that I am and that God created me to be, and to not, like, as we grow in influence or whatever, change who I am. And so I think that's also the same in a relationship. Like, it's easy to be like, well, it just feels so natural and it's normal and like whatever. But just write down your boundaries now so that you can revisit them later. And because it's easy to just let them slip as time goes on, especially because you both are like, oh, well, it's fine, whatever. And ultimately, he needs to be the one that's going to hold the boundary. Like, Josiah was the one who did. And to be honest, when he did, sometimes I'd feel insecure of like, am I not pretty enough because you don't want, you know what I mean? Like, because you don't want to kiss me anymore. Like, what's wrong with me? So then I'd feel insecure, which is so backwards. But he's like, no, I'm holding to this boundary because I love you. And so it's going to feel weird for you as a female, because you want to feel like he wants you. But he also needs to be the one to hold the boundary, because I think it's easier for a guy to also push those boundaries too. So
That's really good.
Okay, we're entering the segment of questions that were asked on Instagram.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, all right.
Cool. So this one says, how do you know when you're ready for a relationship again? So like after a bad relationship or anything.
It's a good question. I experienced that. So I think when, because for a long time I would long to see this person. I would like try to show up at church where I knew he was going to church, or whatever, like show up in places where I knew he would be, which is so creepy and just so desperate. But it was my reality of like, I just want a glimpse. Maybe he'll like me again. So dumb. And so I think when you are no longer longing for that, because you can't just move from one relationship to the next. It's easy to. And for me, I threw myself into work. So I got 3 jobs because I was like, I have all this time. What do I do with my time? And so I got 3 jobs, which I think was good, and it kept my mind busy. And then also surrounding yourself with girlfriends during that time is so important, and building those relationships and really being in the Word and like pursuing your relationship with God. And I think when you feel finally at the point, I had to be at the point where I'm like, I'm okay if I'm single for a really long time. I genuinely was. And I never thought people say it all the time of like, I don't care if I get a relationship, but in the back of their brain, they don't really mean it. And I promise you, that is how I felt, and Josiah just happened. And so I just think that is the way you need to really feel and not just conjure up that this is how you feel, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's good.
That's really good.
Yes, we love that. And we might have already answered this question, but how far is too far physically?
Yeah. Well, we're just gonna go there. That's good.
Yeah.
I think you and your boyfriend need to be on the same, like it needs to be a conversation you have. And obviously, I think, I don't know, again, the further you go, it just ends up leading to more. So ultimately, I would just say, know your own boundaries. Your significant other needs to know his, separate of you. Like, make him write down his own before you even come together. You know what I mean? Like, make him actually think about it and don't just say, hey, I have these boundaries. Can we chat about it? No. Hey, I have these boundaries. Can you, like, can you think about what yours are? Or do you know what yours are? And if not, can you think about it? And can we come together and have a conversation? And then once you do, obviously there should be some back and forth because I'm sure it won't be all the same. And I think there's like the black and white of not to have sex before you're married. But then again, there's the gray of like, well, what do you consider sex, right? And so I think just knowing what your boundaries are is important.
Yeah.
If that answers the question.
Yeah. This one says, do you believe in the one?
Yeah, that's a good question. I personally don't. I did back when I was dating, but then a pastor had said to me that they didn't, because I was like, oh yeah, this person is the one for me. But I really genuinely believe that no matter who you marry, God's going to work it for good.
Yeah.
It might be a lot more work because they might have this past, or you might have this past, or this family, the in-laws, whatever, siblings, that then make it a lot more work. And if you had married someone else, it would have been a different story. But God can work just like in choices in life. Like you could see it as a right and wrong, but also like if you take this path, God can redeem it and he can use it. And so I really believe that even with the one, I think it's important that they share the same values as you and prioritize the same things. But I don't believe in the one.
Yeah, that's good.
That is really good. Do you believe that you have to date to marry?
Explain that. What does that mean?
Like
Like some people would say
just get married
Some
right away?
people are like, oh, I'm just dating to figure out what I like. I don't
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
want
yeah.
to marry
Or
this
dating
person. I just
for
want to figure
fun.
out what I like. I want to have fun.
Yeah.
Got you.
Or do you believe that like your intention behind dating has to be to marry someone?
some people, some Christians would say like dating is practice for divorce, and which is like something that we just reoccurred last night, and I was like, I don't even know what that was, and then we searched it up, and I was like, oh, I did not even think about that.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I think intentions behind when you're dating someone, I think you shouldn't date someone that you don't see yourself marrying someday.
Yeah,
if that
I
makes
agree.
any sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you don't need to just get experience with relationships. Like you have friends and you have tough moments with friends too, and that's what grows a friendship. And so I say invest in friendships way more and be friends with guys too. But I think the intentionality behind if you are dating should be moving towards marriage, and if it's not, don't date. I don't know, that's my thought. Because otherwise you just put yourself out there and you are emotionally vulnerable, and that just allows you to get hurt. So
That's good.
Okay,
really good.
and this question, I feel this is a bit deep.
Okay.
bring it on, purity.
All right, we're asking the hard questions today. So if you're someone who has had sex before you're married, and you weren't saved, but then you were saved and were like, okay, I want to work towards purity, or like I want to be pure, can you be like born again then have purity again?
That's a good question. I think that's a gray area.
Yeah.
I think that God, again, can redeem anything. And so I have friends that have being married, or not married, being a Christian, have had sex, and then their life is turned around. I have friends who have walked through this. I think no matter what, after you've had sex, like it impacts because you compare. Again, even just like kissing or holding hands, like, oh wow. Actually, funny story. When we first started dating, our first kiss, Josiah told me I sucked at kissing. And I
funny.
was mortified. Like, he's like, you are a horrible kisser. And we laugh at it now, but like, guys, it hurt. Like, it hurt deep.
Yeah.
It's a vulnerable thing. And I had only kissed like a handful of guys. So I'm like, and you see it in the movies and you're like, oh, tongue action is what you got to do. And he's like, I feel like I'm choking, whatever. And so he's like, how about we kiss with only our lips? Whatever. And so, but that was a vulnerable thing and hard. And so the more and further you go with someone, then you continue to compare those things and you feel like you then need to get crazier or do more or whatever. And you just, like, the memory of it, because it is so intimate, sticks with you for your lifetime. And so, yes, God can rewrite your story and he can renew your mind, and you can choose then to not do that with future, people you date, and really wait until the right person comes along. Until
That's
marriage.
good. What do you think is a healthy way to go about a crush? Interesting question.
Well, it depends if the crush likes you back or not.
Okay, that's real.
I also think age, because genuinely I look back at and I know you guys are in high school, but I look back at my high school relationships and sometimes wish I hadn't dated, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I know you're dating, and there's no judgment, and because I wanted that, and so I think having a crush is fun and fine, and you can be flirty, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to act on it in any way. Just like hang out with them and be friends, and just hang in groups, because it's good. And then, you can create this thing in your brain, and then when nothing happens or comes of it, it's like, oh yeah, I'm kind of hurt, but I'm fine. I'll bounce back quicker, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, that's good.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Will God forgive me if I cross a boundary I said I wouldn't?
100%. He will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. God, I think there's grace. There needs to be high amounts of grace. And there is. God has that. But there's also high amounts of accountability. And so you can't just say, oh, I'm just going to do it because I know God is gracious.
Yeah, for sure.
You need to have accountability in your life. Someone that you share, not that you're dating with, but someone else that you share what's happening in your relationship, because otherwise it's easy to just go down the slippery slope. Yeah. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But 100% God forgives it all.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's really good.
If I don't want to get married, does that make me less of a Christian?
No. Honestly, you might be a better Christian because you're going to have more time to invest in others and invest in your relationship with God. Yeah. I mean, some of the main people in the Bible, was it Paul that was not married and just had the strongest relationship with God? Yeah. I think there's challenges that come with it, definitely, but there is also benefits too. Yeah. I think there's nothing wrong with not wanting to be married. I think it's important to know what you want in life. And for a season, I was like, I'm going to be a nun. I did not, because I was like, ooh, sex is gross.
With the fit is hilarious.
I'd look really good as a nun, wouldn't I?
100%. 100%. Adorable.
But you know what? Don't judge yourself if you change over time and you meet someone that you're like, wow, this is the right person, you know what I mean? But if you don't feel like you're supposed to be married, that's okay too.
Yeah.
A hot Christian take. We asked ChatGPT, and it said that Jesus was single and still whole. And I was like,
so
okay,
good.
that's just classic.
So good.
Yes, that is so good.
Yeah. Dang, guys. Okay, this is one of our last questions. Is it okay to want romance, or is that too worldly?
Oh gosh, you can want romance. Yes, 100% you can want romance.
I love it.
I think you don't need to have the highest expectations in the world. Yeah. But if your boyfriend can't provide romance in your life, there's a problem because once you get married, it's even harder.
Yeah.
So genuinely, if they are not showing some romance, and you might have to tell them, guys are pretty dumb. So you might have to straight up tell them, like for Mother's Day this year, I said, I want breakfast in bed and I want a facial. Like that's what I want.
That's so cute.
And that's what I got. And so, and every expectation in my brain was met because I just had to tell Josiah, this is what I want. And he's so more than happy. He's like, I want to get you what you want. I want to do what you want.
That's really good.
And so I think there's nothing wrong with wanting romance in a relationship. But honestly, if they're not showing it in the dating years and it's not enough, just reevaluate if they're the right one because it's going to decrease when you get married.
But also, you can't expect them to like know what you want.
No.
Sometimes you like actually have to communicate it, which I feel like is hard to be like, oh, I want this, because then you seem selfish. But it's like actually the relationship is for the two of you.
Yeah.
So you have to communicate what you want.
Totally.
But I think some people forget that.
And also, I feel like Christian dating versus like normal secular dating is different because we were talking about this scenario where like some like couples are like having like rose petals going to your bed and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And then and then it's like for Christian dating it'd be like rose petals going to the bed, but it'd be like a Bible and
Oh my word.
a new Bible like I got you this and like wait mixed signals because what's going on.
Yes.
Like at the wedding I went to yesterday, he got her a new Bible with her full name and then her new last name, and it was literally the sweetest thing ever. I just wanted to share that.
That's super sweet.
cute.
I love that. Yes.
I love it.
Yes. That's good.
Well, that was our last question, but do you have any advice or words that you have for us or people listening?
Oh, golly, guys.
We're just putting you on the spot.
You
today.
are.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
I just think invest in your friendships with girls as much as you can because those are the ones that are going to stick for life. And don't let a boy come between your relationship with your friends.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, someone that you might think is going to be the one probably won't be, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So prioritize your friendships and be okay with being friends with guys.
Yeah.
And I don't know, and just having fun because this is the time of your life that you just really get to have fun. And sometimes if you take it life too seriously, if that makes any sense, like it just, you feel robbed of those years and then you long for them later on in life. And yeah, I don't know. I just think that these are the years you should be having fun and enjoying friends and being young. And yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah,
That's so good.
that was good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks for coming.
Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you guys for having me on. This was
course.
an honor, and I just love you three so much. I think you're
yes.
such great women of God.
Love.
And this is just a really special thing that you're doing and sharing with the world. So I'm proud of you guys.
Thank
we
you.
love you.
Yes, we love you.
Love you.
Do you want to pray us out? Am I going to do it again?
Or
Cassie, do you want to pray us out?
Sure, I can pray us out.
Sweet.
Jesus, thank you so much for today and us being able to talk about dating and marriage. It's such a big thing of our lives and really impacts just everything. Everything that happens, the kids that we have, the people, the relationships we're with, just all of that, God. And it's the person we end up spending majority of our time with besides you, God. So I just pray that you just convict hearts that need to be convicted, God, and that you just speak life into those lives that need to have life spoken into them, and that you just continue to speak through this podcast and through Ireland, Purity, and Maddie. I thank you so much for their lives and who you are, God. In your name, amen.
Amen.
you want to say goodbye?
All right. Goodbye to the people who are watching. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye.